good. Yes, thank you.
They're good.
I recognise, is that Rachel? I can see in front.
Yes, hello.
Hi Rachel, how's it going?
Fine, thank you.
Well, hi guys. My name is Tony Milliken. I work in the Maxis International PR team, and I was hoping to come and be there with you guys this afternoon, but unfortunately I couldn't make it. So I'm here just to kind of introduce you to producer Lauren MacLeod, and basically allow you to ask all the questions that you wish to ask. So with no further ado, Lauren, do you want to just say hi and introduce yourself and get going?
Sure. Hi. A lot of you I've talked to on Twitter, I think, and you've seen me on a couple broadcasts before. I work here at Maxis on The Sims, and I worked on University Life, and now I've worked on Into the Future, and so I'm super excited to be able to talk to you guys more about it and answer any questions you have. It's probably one of my favorite packs, so it's something that I'm just excited you guys finally got to play, and just answer anything you have, hopefully.
Right, who should start with you, Rachel?
Okay.
Because you're at the front. We're going to start with Rachel.
I've only got a couple of questions. So, one of them is, it looks like they're building shells as well as rabbit holes. If so, which ones?
So which ones are which?
Yeah, and what have you built to go in the game?
So a lot of the shells are on the cafeteria. It has a really cool awning. I think it's actually in the game called Samsons and Staples. It's kind of a tongue twister. Most of the ones are shells because we really want to do that really cool futuristic silhouettes on the buildings and really pump up kind of the glass and just organic shapes. So the ballerina, we have some of your staple rabbit holes like City Hall. We have the bookshop, the spa. We also have the movie theater, but now there's really cool digital adventures. We get cool moodlets from going to see those. And so we got a lot of old ones, and we have a lot of new ones like the bot shop. That's actually a venue. Trying to think of what else we have in there. We have a new rabbit hole, the Stellar Observatory. There's a new career associated with that one, and some new fun interactions your Sims can go do, like play with zero grab and things like that. So there's a bunch. I'm hoping I'm not missing any. And then it's a venue, but there's a crash site in the wasteland, which is really cool to check out.
Thank you. And how do you switch between the different types of futures?
Yeah, so there's a couple different ways to do that. So the easiest way is probably once you have at least one level of advanced technology skill, which on average you'll get by going to the future one time. Because you'll usually when you go, you'll play with a jetpack or the wind carver and things like that, and so you'll just naturally build up that skill. Once you get level 1, you'll be able to talk to the time traveler in the present and be like, hey, I want to help change the future, make it something different, and he'll kind of set you on you to pick whether you want to make it more utopian or more dystopian, and then he'll kind of set you on a path for doing that. So basically, the law of opportunity chain. It's pretty fun, I really like it, and then the next time, if you complete that successfully, the next time you travel, the future will have changed. And then if you don't like it, you can always go back to the time travel and be like, hey, I actually want to set this back to what it used to be. I'm not such a fan. And then you'll be able to set it back to the normal future. If you want an easier way to do it and save up some lifetime happiness, you can buy the time remote control. I think it's $25,000. And it will let you switch between the 3 without having to do the opportunity chain. You also have to travel back and forth to see it. So you won't be able to be in the future and change it. You have to be in the present, change it, and then travel. But that's a nice way just to bypass the opportunity if you just want to do it really fast.
Okay, thank you. That's all I've got. Thank you.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Go for it. It's Barbara Simmer Hortensis on Twitter. Hi Lauren.
Can you guys hear? You're both leaning in.
It's really hard. It's a little
Echoey. Do you want to come closer to the? We're going to come close to the laptop, I think.
I just don't want to miss anything.
You're probably just talking to the laptop.
Okay. Hi Lauren, it's Barbara here, Simmer Hortensis on Twitter.
Okay.
Hello there. And my question is basically, is the portal compatible with all the store worlds, and can the Sims travel back and forth in exactly the same way as they can with the regular worlds?
Yeah, so it should work as a build by object. You should be able to travel no matter where, whether you're in Sunset Valley or any of the other worlds, it should work exactly the same. And the nice thing about it being like in build by, under transportation, I think it's under miscellaneous, is that like if you accidentally delete it, it can bring it back, or if you move and you can't find it, you can just buy it again. And it works exactly the same. You will always travel to the same future though, so it's not like, so you always travel to Oasis Landing. So it doesn't matter which starter world you're in, but you can travel from multiple worlds. You're not locked into Sunset Valley.
Okay, yeah, that actually answers my question. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's all?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Ben?
Come and perch in front of the camera so we can see you too.
Oh, it's hard because we've got kind of the camera, and then we've also got the, there we go. We've got the laptop in a different place. So that, actually that's perfect. There we go. It's like a panel now. It's like the hot seat.
Oh, hi Lauren, it's Beyond Sims on Twitter. I sent you a DM like 2 days ago saying hi. So the first question is, what inspired the interactive loading screens and Into the Future?
So I think it was just because, you know, we tried looking at this pack as a, what areas of the game have we not really touched before? Like you can see that with sleeping on the dream pod. Because normally when you go to sleep, you just kind of, at least as a player, like for me in the past, when I went to sleep, I just fast forwarded until my sim was like ready to go again. So like with the dream pod, it lets you change the tones, and those will lead to good or bad moodlets when you wake up. And so we kind of took that mindset and was like, what can we do so that players have something engaging during the loading screen? Because you do spend time there, especially if you're like me, you have every expansion pack and like every piece of store content installed. And it, you know, it can get a little lengthy a little bit, so we wanted to do something rewarding for players and fun. And it was a lot of fun for us too, because we load, you know, at work, so we get to just play with it. So I think we just wanted to do something that doesn't have a huge impact inside the game, because, you know, you only accrue a small amount of lifetime happiness as you play each time you reach the right answer. But hey, over the course of the game, or, you know, coming back and forth multiple days, you'll get some points, which is something fun. And then if you don't like it, there's always an option to turn it off. It's on by default, but you can find in the options just to turn it off to go back to the regular load, go make a sandwich or something like that. You know, get back to playing.
Okay, so another question. Rachel's already asked that one.
Sorry.
So, why did you add in like objective gameplay into the future expansion pack?
Sorry, what type of gameplay?
Like objective gameplay, because like you've got like little questy things to do, like when you arrive in the world and things like that. So I was wondering what inspired that.
I think the reason why we did things like that was you're not always forced into that. We usually put in ways you can bypass it. For example, when the time traveler first comes to meet you and asks you, hey, go collect some power cells. It's just trying to set up that fiction that you're there to be helpful, this is why that you get to travel to the future. But if you cancel that, you'll still get to travel. So we tried to set it up so that newer players this late in the franchise would still have an easy introduction, because I think bypassing a lot of these, but maybe what a lot of more advanced players will do, it might be more confusing for them. Like, where do I find these objects? Where are they? Like, what can I do here? So we try to set up a lot of this more like objective, kind of like questing, just so that less experienced players can have that introduction, but you can always skip it. Like, so when you get to the future for the first time, you'll be like, hey, this is a great way to experience the future. Like, I think the first thing we do is get a jetpack from him, and you can like fly around, and then he'll have to meet a Plumbot. So it's just a nice way to kind of really easily get to know what kind of things there are to do. And so, but also a lot of it is also we just felt we didn't want to walk you into it, but we didn't want to not help guide you either. So it's kind of just left up to player choice.
All right, thank you very much. That's it.
Fran? No? No more questions?
Pretty much answered everything.
All questioned out. They're back, they want to get back to the gameplay, I think. So so what I might do is might send you these questions, Tony, and any that the guys have, and then hopefully, yeah, Lauren, if you've got some time, that would be awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Fantastic.
Cool.
Well, thanks very much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
See you guys.